Hello and welcome to another week of Kingdom Builders Business University. Welcome. Come on in the room. Get in where you fit in. Listen, we are super excited for you to be here today. We are coming in to you live from Kingdom Builders Business University. That's right. We are a business school that teaches entrepreneurs how to do business the right way. That's exactly what we do. So listen, we are super excited for you to be here right now. And we are super excited for you to get in and subscribe, share this message with another entrepreneur. I know that you know an entrepreneur. I know you know somebody who is tired of working a job and trying to do things the right way. So listen, go ahead and make sure that you share this message with them. Make sure that you tell them that they need to get on YouTube right now and they need to go live. They need to go live with us so that they can ask questions, so that they can comment, so that they can actually engage with us here as we talk about business secrets and strategies with yours truly, KB. Michelle Green. That's me. All right. So listen. Again, I just want to give a shout out to all of the entrepreneurs that have been a part of the Kingdom Builders Business University School. Listen, we are so grateful for every single one of you entrepreneurs. We are so grateful for the journey that you allowed us to take you through with your business. And we pray that everything is flourishing, it's growing, it is expanding, it is increasing. That's what we pray for you and your business. Listen, did you know that at Kingdom Builders Business University, every single session that we go into, it starts with a prayer? Did you know that we believe in the foundation of our spiritual life being founded, rooted, and grounded in the source, the actual source that provides everything to us? And that is the reason why we are so unique as it relates to anybody else that is doing business as a business school. Listen, we are different in the relationship that we have with mentorship. When we mentor and coach you, we're not just mentoring you, we are coaching you. There is a big difference between mentorship and coaching. When we think about mentorship, we're thinking about people who are actually being told something that they can do, but they have to end up doing it on their own. They are encouraged, they are motivated, they are inspired, but they don't really have anybody to walk them through hand in hand to be able to do the things that they are trying to do. Exactly. But when we coach you here at KBBU, we walk through every single stage of the process of getting your business where you want it to go and making sure that we do not take or loose your hand. We do not loose ourselves from you, from making sure that you have done what you need to do to get your business established the right way. So if you are looking for a mentor, if you are looking for a coach, if you are looking for somebody that is going to walk you through hand in hand, you need to get on over to Kingdom Builders Business University. That's www.kbbu. You see it below, right? KBBULLC.com. Go to the website, get connected, enroll into one of our classes. Did you know that at KBBU, we have an associate certification, we have a what? Bachelor certification, and we have a VIP master certification. So out of all of these certifications that we have for you, listen, you can grow from stage to stage in about a year and a half to 2 years. If you are with us, I promise that your business is going to significantly change if you would stay the course. If you make sure that you meet your appointments, if you make sure that you're coming to the class, if you make sure that you are doing the homework that we give you, if you are following the instructions, your business is guaranteed to excel. And listen, even if you just do half of that, I'm trying to tell you right now, it's going to be a big difference in your business. So why are you waiting around? Why are you taking your time? Why are you lollygagging? Listen, I need you to get into the associate's, bachelor's, or the VIP master certification today. I need you to go ahead and click that link. Listen, for less than $2,000. Listen, when you look at a business university that's going to walk you through all of these different phases of your business, and not just walk you through, but to actually help you to implement everything that we do, everything that we do here as a business. And I've been in business for over 30 plus years, and I have multiple businesses that are successfully running simultaneously at the same time. I am a financial strategist, educator, advisor. I have a credit repair business. I have a nonprofit organization certification. And I have the business university. We also have a new business that's coming down the pipeline, but we haven't shared that or released that yet. But listen, we have multiple businesses that are really expanding, growing every day. And that's what we want to do with you. We want to make sure that your company is not just any old company, but it's a company that is seen and heard throughout the world. It's a company that is seen and heard. And speaking of being seen and heard, let's give a shout out right now to CTR Media Network for streaming us on their platform, which is over 3.6 billion. That's with a B, y'all. Billion viewers every day. So the touch points of being able to digitally connect with people online, that is what they have in place. So if you're trying to get yourself out there, so you have a message that you want to tell the world, or you just have a business that you want to offer your products and services to the rest of the people who you haven't met yet, listen, you need to go over to ctrmedianetwork.com and get connected with them after the show. Okay. And listen, we know them personally. So shout out to Dr. Tina J. Ramsey and Curtis Ramsey. They are actually students of Kingdom Builders Business University. They have been a part of us for almost 3 years now, or actually, it has been 3 years since we've known them. And listen, you need to know that this is the right place to go to excel and expand and increasing your business. So listen, shout out to them for allowing us to be seen and heard. But if you're trying to get seen and heard, if you're trying to handle marketing, media, sales, if you're dealing with management of your company, if you're trying to get your operations together, maybe you're trying to do payroll or you're trying to do HR, perhaps you are trying to set up a CRM, even if you are trying to figure out how to handle your banking, how to handle your credit, how to handle that's business credit, not personal credit. If you're trying to handle your grants and funding and figuring out exactly what you need to do in order for your business to excel, even if you're just at the basic level where you're just trying to set it up and you don't know exactly what your name is going to be, if you don't know exactly what you want to do, listen, we can help you with all of that. That's what we do at KBBU. Oh my God, we're super excited. We're super excited for you to join the one of our classes. And if you have already taken one of our classes, listen, get into the next level of the class. If you have already been in the bachelor certification, get into the VIP master certification. If you have been in the VIP master certification, you need to come back to the VIP masters and get in where you fit in, because I promise you that none of the classes are exactly the same. We're always teaching you on another level. As we grow, you grow. So listen, that's what it's all about. It's sharing the wealth of information as we grow and excel together. So exponentially empowering the elite entrepreneur for excellence is our slogan and our mission for each and every one of you. So thank you for being here, and let's get into today's message. So every single week we come in at from 12 to 12:30 to talk to you as an entrepreneur about being a business owner, different aspects of being a business owner. When I think about business secrets and strategies with yours truly, I think about all of the things that I have to deal with throughout being a business owner. There are so many intricate details that I could share with you, but when I say that we are coming on live to give you free information, and we're giving you free information that really you should be paying for like some serious money, because this isn't just your everyday information. This is the business secrets and strategies with yours truly, KB Michelle Green, but not just something that I have learned, something that I have been mentored in, something that I have been taught by God, because it wasn't a whole lot of people that were leading me into the business information when I started out as a business owner. So I want you guys to really think about this. As you begin as a business owner, you want to understand that there are always going to be things that you will learn as you grow as a business owner. You need to think about the long-term aspects of being a business owner and understanding that every process that you are going through day to day is a process that you probably need to be writing down, because you will one day maybe possibly have to share that information with someone else along the journey. So what are we saying? We are saying that as you go through this day-to-day process of your business lifestyle, you need to understand that you are also able to get into a curriculum of what you do, a curriculum of what you do. When I think about as a business owner, if I had never written down anything. So today we're going to be talking about documenting what it is, the process of your particular company. We're going to be talking about documentation. So we're looking at the years that I have been a business owner, and starting out as an entrepreneur, I had to try to figure things out by myself. So in figuring things by myself, figuring it all out, well, of course, God at the head of my life, and Him being the one that actually led me into these questions and these answers and these solutions to the problems that He put in my hands to be gifted in, to be talented in, and to exercise my skill set in. Listen, what He did is He taught me that every single stage that I walk through, that I need to write it down. I need to write down not just the fact that I want to be in a particular type of business, but I need to write down and document everything that it is that I need to do as I'm doing it. I don't need to go into business as a business owner and decide that I'm just going to just go through the emotions. I need to write it down. I need to document what it is that is my process of what I am actually experiencing in the moment. Because listen, I can tell you that from even before I started the business, I have been a business owner since the age of 19. One of the things that I learned even in high school is that if I wrote it down and I went back to the paperwork that I had and I reviewed it and I analyzed it and I started thinking about the things that, I could do, or maybe some creative juices started flowing in a different area of business that I didn't even consider before when I go back to read what I wrote. But if you never write anything down, then guess what? You don't have anything to go by. You have no creative juices that will flow outside of what you already know. And therefore, you might get stuck in the process if you don't document what it is that you are supposed to write down while you're going through the process. So, when we think about being a business owner, I want you to really begin to pause for a moment and to begin to think about exactly what you are doing, to write down what it is that you have been doing. Whatever it is that your product or service is, what is the actual process of you taking record so that you can go back and look at the inventory of what you have done? What have you created? How are your clients managing what it is that you are offering to them? How are you actually handling those products and services that come through your hands every day to go to out to your clientele? So when we think about documentation, I think about that beginning stage of my life and how I started out in high school, and as I graduated, and especially taking on new jobs, new positions, elevating from a corporate America level from one tier to another tier. All of my supervisors and managers used to tell me that, hey, you're really good at this people thing. You're really good at this people, not people pleasing, but people management, managing people, being able to handle the people that are in the arena of whatever gift, skill, or talent that I am in the field of, as well as handling the products and services that I'm offering. I used to work at UPS, and I had a really tough supervisor. And that supervisor used to tell me all the time, write it down, write it down, write it down. If you got a problem with something, write it down. Take notes on the process of what it is that you feel like needs to be changed. So we're not just talking about the secret of being a business owner and writing your process down, but we're also talking about the challenges that you have as a business owner need to be written down. What are the issues that come about as you being a business owner? What are the things that bother you as you are a business owner? What are the challenges with your clientele? What are the challenges with you being able to fund your company? What are the challenges that you have around the vendors and suppliers that come into supply your organization? So when we think about the different things that are happening with our business, we got to understand that everything needs to be written down. I ain't talking about typed on the computer. I know that we're in a digital world. I know that we are in the age of AI, and we are just soaking in all of this information and we are typing everything down. But I want you to go old school for a moment. I want you to begin to get you a journal, get you some type of pen and paper or a pencil and paper, and go old school with me. Go old school in writing it down. I can tell you that over the years, I have had approximately probably over 100,000 different pieces of paper or more in my lifetime of being a business owner, written down information on my processes, written down challenges of the things that I have problems with, the areas where I might not be skilled in exactly to excel the way that I want to excel. But because I wrote the problem down and I addressed the actual issue that was at hand, and I didn't fool myself into lying and thinking that, okay, well, I'll just figure it out. I'll fake it till I make it. No, that's not how we do it. We write it down, we analyze it, and then we go and we're able to expand our minds. Our minds begin to come up with these creative solutions. If you are a solution oriented person, if you are a person who is trying to figure out how to make your business better, then guess what? You're going to come up with a solution as you write that thing down. I remember being that business owner and just trying to figure out every single thing because, like I said, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have people that were willing to take time with me every single day to go into the details of what I needed help in. And if that is you, I want you to know that at Kingdom Builders Business University, what we do is we help you in that area. So you don't have to do business by yourself. You can do business with us and we can give you those secrets. We can give you those strategies. We can help you as you are writing down on pen and paper to make sure that you understand exactly what you are experiencing and how to come up with a solution for the problem. Listen, we don't have to do business anymore alone. You don't have to do business with AI either alone. You have the opportunity to be able to come into Kingdom Builders Business University talking to a real person with your unique problem instead of putting all your business out there for the whole world to see. And then once they see your problems, then they come up with a whole business of themselves to solve the problem that you had. Because what happens is when we lay everything out on paper, when we sit down and we think about, oh my God, I'm going through this particular situation. I'm experiencing this with my clientele. I'm looking at this with the people who supply my business, and I'm looking at that with the way that I can actually get my business funded. When we think about those areas of our company, when we think about the process that we're dealing with every day, we also need, in addition, to understand that as we write those things down, it's going to formulate accessories to our organization. So, how do most people grow? If you're trying to figure out, like, how does Kingdom Builders Business University continue to grow? How does KB, the Kingdom Builders brand of KB.MichelleGreen, how do I excel in the things that I'm doing all the time? How is it that I can go from level to level? How is it that I can go from business to business and all of the businesses are successfully growing and expanding and doing their thing? It is because I write things down, because I analyze. I have a journal, literally a journal that I keep information in. And then I go back and I analyze that information over time. I don't just allow it to sit there and I write it down one time. I go back and look at, okay, if it's been a couple of days, maybe I go back and look at and see exactly what happened previously in the previous days and what were the feelings and what were the thoughts around what I was experiencing on that day. And what can I do to change those things that I was experiencing in that day? What were my thoughts? What were the people that were involved around the decision making of me making a choice in business to do this or to do that? So when it comes to us strategizing, when it comes to us learning a secret about business, you got to understand how to handle your day-to-day operations. You got to understand, how do you continue to grow? How can you continue to expand and increase in your company? And you can only do that when you write things down. When you document what it is that you need to do, when you decide that you are not going to allow a day to go by before you sit down at the end of your day journaling exactly what took place. That is the ultimate person who really wants to excel. That is the person who is really serious about what it is that they want to do as a business owner. See, you cannot be just sitting around every day watching Netflix and going on YouTube and watching social media and going through all of this stuff. And you see all of these people excelling and growing. You see changes are being made in their life. And you decide that as a business owner that you are just going to watch everybody else. So instead of you watching everybody else, what you need to do is you need to grab you some pen and paper, pencil and paper, and you need to begin to journal your business journey. See, if I had never written down anything, I'm talking about like I got paper and pen. I got pen to paper. I have so many different journals, so many different notebooks. I have so many different pieces of paper. Sometimes I wrote it down on a napkin. Sometimes I wrote it down on a post-it. Sometimes I wrote it down in a book even, that I was reading at the time. But I have so many pieces of nuggets all throughout my life that I can truly say was documented. Even in this piece of paper that's right here on here. Listen, it is still something that I am documenting even while I'm thinking about it right now in this moment. There are things that after I finish this video, I'm going to go and write down. Why am I doing that? Because this is the way to continue to excel and grow. You cannot just walk around with every thought in your head. You cannot walk around with all of the conversations that you have had in a day. Do you know how many conversations that a business owner has in a day? Have you ever tried to track that information? Have you ever looked at the statistics of someone who is talking all the time and looking at the fact that are they actually taking their own advice? See, it's one thing to be able to give your gift away to the people who are buying your products and services, but if you yourself are not taking your own advice and knowing what that advice is, and understanding how you can break that information apart, how you can take it apart and put it back together and then make it even better. How can you do that? You can only do that when you write things down, when you document what your experiences are, when you talk about your actual feelings, when you get those thoughts out of your head and you express them on paper. And then it begins to make sense to you. You begin to figure out how to connect the dots. That's why even God Himself had something written down. We are inspired beings that have the ability to be led by Holy Spirit to write things down. And if we write them down, then we can begin to pull things apart. We can begin to expand in the things that we know and understand. We can begin to grow and excel. So when we talk about your business secret and strategy, if you really want to make a difference in your business, if you really want to continue to grow, if you really want to continue to excel, then you better be getting that pen and paper or that pencil and paper. Pencil and paper is good too because you can go back and erase. And pen and paper is still good because it is a permanent thing that is happening in your actual business. So when we think about all of the things that we have going on as a business owner, I want you to know that regardless of what stage you are in a business, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you need to still write it down. I don't care how little, how silly you might think it is. I don't care if you have wrote it down thousands of times before. You need to know and understand that writing down the information, getting everything out on paper, and then being able to go back and analyze it, taking inventory of your business lifestyle is really key to your success. So if you want to be successful, look at all the people who have excelled as business owners. What are the things that they are doing? What are the things that they are handling on a day-to-day basis? Look at the basics of what they do. Okay, when they wake up, have they rested well? And document how many hours does it take for you to really rest well? Okay, when they get up, they go and exercise. So, how many days a week have you exercised? Have you documented it? Have you written it down to understand exactly what type of exercises that are really fulfilling for your body? Have you thought about the different types of people that you listen to every day and what type of life do they live? And is that in conjunction with the lifestyle that you want to live? And if it isn't, then you need to change the information that you are being fed by. You need to change the people who are feeding you the information. See, we need to analyze and we need to write it down. Let's analyze every single aspect of our life. When I'm journaling, I'm talking about not just business itself. I'm talking about the people that I listen to, the people that are feeding into my life every day. I'm talking about the people who I help every day and what kind of mindsets do they have. I'm looking at the strategy that I can put together that from the people that are feeding me and the things that I'm actually receiving so that I can expand my mental capacity. I'm looking at what do I need to change in that arena? What do I need to change in my mindset, in my spiritual part of my life? Am I listening to somebody that is always angry, that's always upset, or am I listening to someone that is really helping me to progress and be real with myself? So when it comes to every aspect, spiritual, mental, physical, look at the people who you are following and let's begin to write down why we are following them. Let's begin to write down our aspects of what we do first as a business owner. What is our day-to-day operations of our lifestyle of a business owner, of an entrepreneur? What do you do every day? Do you even know? Are you even familiar with your lifestyle, your inventory of your own business life? So when it comes to the secret, when it comes to the strategy that you need to implement, the things that you need to put in place, you're going to have to document your life. You're going to have to document your life, and that can excel into you writing books, doing journals. You can be doing something that is going to turn into a organized documentation. That is really what being a business owner truly is about. Because as a business owner, the biggest hurdle that we have to overcome is writing and reading. Writing and reading as a business owner is the biggest hurdle that we have to overcome. It is one of the biggest secrets to being a business owner. So if you're not good at writing on paper, if you're not good of your handwriting, you think your handwriting is not good, or you don't know how to write in cursive, all of that doesn't matter. What matters is, do you know how to write? Can you write? Will you write it down? Document it and keep a record of inventory of how you progress along the way. And the only way that you can see your progression is that you go back and you read what it is that you wrote. So if you ain't got nothing on paper, I want you to go ahead and grab your pen and paper and begin to write out every single process that you can think of and watch God take your life from where it is right now to a place that you never even imagined that you could grow to. And if you need any help with that, listen, come on over to www.kbbullc.com because we are here to help you with the journey. We are here to help you with the process. We are here to help you excel in all things business. That's what we do here at Kingdom Builders Business University. Listen, again, if you have not signed up for KBBU before, and seriously, if you are a business owner or you know somebody who is, then this is the time of the year for you to get in where you fit in. This is the time of the year that before we go into a new year, we need to be analyzing what's the last few months of the year going to be like before we take things into a whole new year. That's right, into a whole new term, a whole new time, a new quarter, a new year. What is it going to be like for us next year if we don't begin to document what it is that we have in our life? What we have in our lifestyle for business and our personal lives. We need to be writing things out. We need to be transferring those things from paper to the computer, from paper to some type of digital system that is going to put things in alignment so that we will have a system that works. That's how systems are created. They aren't created just by thought and by words. They are created by documenting the things that we have in our head, the things that we feel, and we are documenting them on paper to transfer them from paper, pen and paper, pencil and paper to a digital system, and that digital system will be organized. And now we have a protocol to put in place so that our businesses can excel. Listen, I want you to try it. I want you to try it. I want you to begin. Start today because this is real. This is real life. If you're trying to be a millionaire, if you're trying to be a billionaire, if you're trying to be a six-figure earner, then you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Simple skill set. Just writing it down. I remember starting my credit repair business, and I'm telling you, I wrote down every single process. Even when I was just doing my financial, advising, when I was teaching people the strategies about finances and telling them about what they needed to do, I still wrote things down. And I see how my life has progressed over time because of a simple skill set of just writing it down, analyzing it, reading it, and being able to implement the new changes and the things that I began to dream about as my business grew. And you can do it too. So don't waste time. Don't go into another season. Don't go into another year while you have not written down what it is that's in your mind. What's in your heart? What's in your head? What are your emotions around it? Let's talk about it. Let's get it out. So when you go to KBBULLC.com, the website, click on that Let's Talk button so we can get into a strategy session. Sit down and physically talk about exactly what it is that you need to put on paper. All right. If you have learned something today, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure that you leave us a comment. Give us a like, a heart, or something to let us know that you are learning and growing by watching the Kingdom Builders Business University TV show and podcast with yours truly, KB Michelle Green. Listen, until next Wednesday at 12 to 12:30, we will see you later, alligator in a wild crocodile. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.